This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.
I will come to general aspects. Last aspect is general aspect, those things which I am not able to cover in psychological, physical and academic. So those aspects I have tried to cover in the general aspects. As I told you, be natural, be normal, be pointed, be focused. I mean, that's all very fine. But sometimes it so happens that a question is asked which you are not very sure about. If a question is asked and you are sure about it, be composed and try to respond in a very, very dignified manner. If you try to speak too much in a short time, it won't help. It won't impress them. If you are confident, speak slowly and confidently. But suppose some question you are not very sure about. There are two ways you can say, I can guess. Don't guess. If you guess and if they ask further in-depth questions, your hollowness would be exposed. Be intellectually honest. Don't blackmail them. They are of the age of your parent. They know pretty well that when are you cheating and when you are not. No. But if you want to take a chance, you know something about the subject, not much. You can be honest and tell them upfront, sir, I'm not very confident about it. Anta cheppochu kada. Then they will say, can you guess? Now again there are two options. Either you can say, sir, my knowledge is not that much. You can say that. But if you want to take an intelligent guess, you can say, let me guess. But ideal thing would be to be intellectually honest and say, sir, I don't know in depth about this subject. I will not guess, sir. I don't think I should guess. That will absolve you and put you at a higher pedestal of intellectual honesty. It is not as if they are very keen to know the answer to that question. They want to test you, how gullible you are for guessing. Okay? So avoid that trap. Sometimes in your josh, you go overboard, you try to do this, try to say that, try to say that. That especially happens at the time of the hobbies. You might have written your hobby, singing and all that. Now, normally they don't do that, but they can ask you, okay, you are a literary man. They may ask you, do you remember the poem of that Tulsi or Gurjara Parao or somebody? If you remember the poem, you can tell 3-4 sentences. Don't read the whole poem. No. Reciting the whole poem, it's very good if you have done it in a college. Don't do it in the interview board. 2 or 3 punchlines are more than enough. Gurjara Parao. Sir? Deshamante Matti Kado, Deshamante Manishului. Great poet, great word, sir. Ante. If you start reciting the whole poem, anta waste. Same thing about other authors. Second trap comes when they say, oh, you are a great singer. You can tell a few names. But then there is a trap. Can you sing a song? My request is take a deep breath before you start doing it. Obviously, they are not going to look for a Muhammad Rafi or Manna Day. They are going to look for a future civil servant. You can say, sir, I am a very average singer, sir. It's not that impressive at all. You can do a bit of self-effacement. You will come out intellectually honestly, rather than trying to sing some song which is a very, very poor carbon copy of some great singer. Those songs you can sing well in bathroom, but let me tell you, bathroom singers don't really make very successfully in the civil service interview. So don't go in for that trap. Avoid it. Okay? So that's a very general observation which I thought I will share with you. Sometimes you are not able to answer a few questions. Your heart starts sinking. That's a very crucial moment, very, very critical moment, very critical moment. That's the moment you compose yourself, recall all the blessings of the well-wishers, okay? Energize yourself, remember Guru, remember parents, remember whichever. But that's a time for you to gather the courage and then hold on. Don't be swept off. Self-delusion, self-doubt, self-confusion can be the worst weapon which will kill you. Remember, Arjuna had all the energy, all the skills, all the Gandiva, but he started wondering whether I should fight at all. After all, I'll be killing my own brothers. Will it be good for me to enjoy this earth? All these useless questions, he started doubting himself. Once he started doubting himself, then Lord Krishna came and told him that why the hell you are doubting yourself, Ani, Avanasaram Kada. So that kind of a Krishna's message should reverberate within your consciousness. No, 10 to 15 minutes, okay, I am not able to answer something and all, but gather your courage. Very frankly tell the chair, sir, I can certainly answer, give me some, I mean you can keep the conversation going with some energy, with some josh. If you become depressed, go and sit down and lumpen face, let me tell you, the entire 20 minutes will also go away like that and they will feel sorry for you. When you are in a depressive mood, let me tell you, there are some members in the interview board who try to lighten your psychological burden by asking very simple, very obvious questions. They try to upgrade your mood. Allow them to upgrade your mood. Allow some Krishna there to encourage you. If you don't even allow that, then you will be sunk and sunk for that day. This year is gone. Again next year you will try for prelims and mains and interview. Enduku? After great effort, you have made it to this level. One more jump and be done with that. So even if you are not able to answer 3-4 questions for 10 to 15 minutes, don't be in a depressive mode. Other members will be asking some better questions. It's quite likely it happens. When the mood of a candidate goes down, some of the members, they change the topic and the chairperson himself or herself jumps into the picture and tries to, pull the mood of the candidate up. Let me tell you, board is not interested in knowing how depressive you are. They are not keen to know what you don't know. They want to know what you know. But what you know, you should be in a psychologically positive state to speak it out. If you sit down glumga, only you will be having ultimate sorry to feel for. There are 10 to 12 candidates before every board that day. If you lose out, there are 11 others. So they will not lose out, but you will lose out forever. So even if you are not able to answer a few questions, 1, 2, 3 and all, don't try to feel so glum and depressed. Pull your energy, think of Krishna, think of some moment. And this is not for the first time which is coming in your life. It must have come in different points in time when you felt that no, life is gone. No, it doesn't go, it's there. You will stay on, you will keep on fighting. So encourage yourself with that kind of inner counseling. It's very, very important. I'm sure that you have that capacity in you. Be worthy for that. And the last but not the least, after the interview is over, generally you come out, if your father, mother, somebody, you will touch their feet. I can tell you, at that moment they will understand that what you have done, okay? Even if you are not done very well, don't try to spread the bad news immediately. Compose yourself. You have fought a war. You have given a tough fight. You have given your best. If you are not feeling so confident, keep your counsel to yourself. Okay? Come back home, ponder over the whole thing, Wait for the result. Most probably you would make it. God forbid. Suppose with all your efforts you are not able to make it for some reason. Don't forget the famous words of Lord Krishna. What's the message of Mahabharata? Karmarnye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu gadachanaha. You have a right to perform your duty. Whatever result is there, leave it to me. All I am asking you is to perform your duty to the best of your capacity that day. Whether you top 10, top 100, top 500, top 1000, or don't make it at all, leave that result to God. Karmarnye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachanaha. In the same breath, the same shloka says, it does not absolve you not to perform your duty. నా పని చేశాను కదా, దేవుని చూస్తాడు. You have to perform your duty to the best of your capacity. Akarmanya is not a choice. Karmanye vadhikaraste. Upon your karma you have a right, not upon the consequences. You don't have a right over akarmanya. No. Please read that shloka of Gita once again. It has 2 lines. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachanani, first line. Second line people forget. Read that line also. Akarmanya is not a choice. Karma is a choice. That's your duty. That you can perform. Adi. So before going to interview board, pick up a Gita book, read both the lines. Karmanye vadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachanaha. That's the first line. There is a second line also. Please go through that. Rendu line chustene complete shloka aitadi. In the complete shloka is the message of Lord Krishna to Arjuna. I am sure that you will keep all these aspects in mind. Keep psychological aspects. Be cheerful. Keep physical aspects. Dress like an officer. Okay? It's important. Academic, know the fundamentals. And generally speaking, perform your duty to the best of your capacity. Leave the rest to God. He shall take care of it. After all, you have come to this level out of crores of Indians. How many make into prelims? How many? How many? Not more than 10,000. How many make it to mains? 2,000. How many make it to final? 1,000. You are the chosen 2,000 to 2,500 out of a billion plus population. It's not a small joke, no. You worked hard, you've done a high school and intermediate and graduation and post-graduation and attempted UPSC maybe once, maybe 2, maybe even more times and coming for the interview. So what you have achieved is something fantastic. Be proud of it. Last bit, jump it out, make it. You shall certainly do that. I'm confident about it. All the best. Thank you.
This video is brought to you by AKSIAS.